I have had a great time exploring resources in different affinity spaces for this project. I have a passion for cooking, but I've never ventured out into baking. I was gifted a KitchenAid, and that is why I decided my learning goal was going to be to learn how to make macaroons using my KitchenAid mixer. My top source for this project was a YouTube video by Tasty. It is basically a Macarons 101 video. The video was helpful because the recipe was simple and it was really easy to follow along with their videos. You will see that my first attempt at making macarons failed. I bought the wrong almond flour, which caused specks of whole almonds to reside in the shells. Make sure to buy blanched almond flour. Also, the shells of my macarons cracked. On the next slide, you will see which resources I used to resolve this issue. I discovered a few reasons why macaron shells can crack. The oven is too hot, there is air in the batter, the macaroons didn't rest long enough, or the batter was undermixed. You are supposed to let the shells sit out on the counter for at least 1 hour, and next time I made these, I made sure to be patient with this. You can also see my blog post and TikTok video of my second attempt at making these on my website. Now you will see my second and third attempt at making macaroons. One important takeaway I learned was the figure 8 test. This test is important because it prevents the egg whites from deflating. You must fold the batter and not stir it. You also must count roughly 63 to 65 strokes of mixing your dry ingredients with the egg whites. This is called macaronage. You must take your batter and try to form an 8. If the batter breaks while you're doing this, you must continue mixing. This is the figure 8 test. Now you will see clips of me making my final batch of macaroons. few last points I learned. Before you put your macarons in the oven, you must make sure the air bubbles are out of the shells. In my video, you saw you can do this by hitting the pan against the countertop. You also must make sure you mix the batter with the figure 8 test. Silicone mats create same-size shells, but they do not distribute heat evenly while baking. This is what caused my shells to crack in the first video. Another reason my shells cracked was because the macarons didn't sit on the counter. You must let them sit out on the counter for at least an hour. You know they are ready when they develop a silky film, and you can brush your finger against the top without indentation. Without doing this, the macarons won't rise or develop feet around the edges. Do not overmix the egg whites, continuously check for stiff peaks, and if your macarons stick to parchment paper, they are undercooked. I really enjoyed this project, and now I can continue to make this delicious treat.